This week's Parsha Tzav, literally means to command. In last week's Parsha, Parshas Vayikra, the Jewish people were told to bring all of the korbanos, and that the Kohanim, they would handle all the korbanos, all the sacrifices that were brought. In this week's Parsha, Hashem tells Moshe, now tell the Kohanim what they should do when they get all of the korbanos. And there's an interesting medrash that is on this word tzav, and the medrash Torah Kohanim says as follows: Ein tzav, the word tzav, to command, is elalashon zirus. It is a language of alacrity. From now, miyad u'ledoros, for now and for generations. In other words, there's something for us to learn about that word tzav. That when we're about to do mitzvos, we have to be quick in doing them. Why? Why can't we just take a little bit of time? So it's interesting that Rav Simcha Raz points out that where is this word tzav found when it comes to the Korban Tamid? The Korban Tamid is the Korban that's brought on a daily basis twice a day in the Mishkan and the Beis HaMikdash every single day. And it's mentioned by the Korban Tamid because constantly for us, when it comes to mitzvah observance, we have to make sure that we have alacrity. So what's the reason? Why? Well, human nature is such that many times when we're given the opportunity to do something, we say, okay, I'll do it soon. I'll take our time. And that usually happens when it comes to mitzvahs. When it comes to potentially doing averos, the avera has a benefit that happens at the moment, especially when it comes to averos that take place and we have physical enjoyment from. We're running to do them because we can see the enjoyment that we're getting from them. Whereas when it comes to a mitzvah, on the smaller scale, we see that we have benefit from the mitzvah right now, but the most benefit of the mitzvah is for later on. We don't necessarily see the mitzvah, the benefit of doing a particular mitzvah at that moment. We know that we're going to be rewarded for mitzvahs. We know that there are mitzvahs that we do that make us feel good about ourselves, about our relationship with other people, about our relationship with Hashem. But that's the real difference. And there is a Yetzer Hara that pushes us to do averos, sins, and there's a Yetzer Hara that pushes us, tries to keep us away from doing mitzvos. And when it comes to doing mitzvos, there's a Yetzer Tov that pulls us in that direction. And our job in life is really to try to move around the Yetzer Tov and the Yetzer Hara and have the Yetzer Tov be stronger than our Yetzer Hara. But what's fascinating about this medrash is that it's really tied into what we're doing now. As we're preparing for Pesach, and we're going to be eating matzah soon. And if we've seen how matzahs are made, matzahs have to be made within 18 minutes. That means from the beginning process, from the time that flour and water are mixed until the matzah comes out of the oven, it's 18 minutes tops. And from that moment when flour and water are mixed, it becomes a dough. The dough is constantly being moved. It's not resting for a moment, because when we rest, then there's the possibility of chimutz, there's a possibility of leavening that takes place. And that leavening is really the laziness. So in order for us to fulfill the mitzvah of matzah, everything has to be done quickly. And so too, the Medrash is telling us that miyad u'ledoros, from now and forever, when it comes to performing mitzvos, we have to respond quickly. We have to make sure that we just do it right away. Sometimes we do a mitzvah, when there's a possibility to do a mitzvah, we don't sit and think about it. When it comes to an aver, hopefully we should think about it to stop us from doing it. But a mitzvah, we just do it right away. And the reason is, because if we take too much time, we'll start thinking of all different excuses as to why not to do it. And then that mitzvah will become chametz, and will no longer be an opportunity for a mitzvah. So may we be zocheh as we prepare for Pesach, and that we do all kinds of mitzvahs on a regular basis for Pesach and for throughout the year, that we take this language of tzav, of zirus, of alacrity, and we apply it to all of our mitzvah observance, so that we can continue to not only build our relationship with Hashem, but we can continue to rack up all of our mitzvos to the point that Hashem will become happy with us, and that we'll be rewarded both in this world and in the next world. Thank you for listening, and have a good Shabbos.